Brutal day yesterday for 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. He threw 5 straight interceptions in practice. Head coach Kyle Shanahan tried to brush it off, saying it's good to see how guys react to adversity, and also praising his defense for their play. Jimmy G is making his return after he tore his ACL in week 3 last year. Oh, boy. Mr. Rob Parker, Jimmy Garoppolo, 5 straight picks. Is the guy overhyped?
He is overhyped, and not just based off the 5 interceptions in practice. So I don't want Greg to fall out of his chair that I'm making such a big deal. But my goodness, I mean, you want to talk about a small sample size. I mean, he just hasn't played a lot, and I got it. He's been injured, but he got the big contract. Everybody's all about Jimmy G. Oh, my goodness, he's going to be that. He was supposed to be Tom Brady's replacement, handpicked by Bill Belichick and all this.
You said it, too.
I need to see more from him before I'm ready to crown him anything. I'm not there. 17 touchdowns, 8 picks. He's got an 8-2 record. The numbers are small in 10 games. I mean, in 24 games. So I'm not totally there on Jimmy G. I think we need to see. This is the year we need to see him. You talked about it before.
So, yes, he's overhyped.
He is overhyped to this point. I want to see him for a full season. I want to see this guy perform and see where he is and what all the hubbub is about, because I haven't seen it yet, other than a handful of games where he's played well.
No, he's not overhyped. We haven't had a chance to even really hype him up.
He got a big contract, Greg. That
look,
wasn't off of hype. What was that off of?
That was off of his performance.
No, it wasn't.
In the time that he was allotted to play behind Tom Brady.
So a big contract off of 6 games?
Look, that was he earned that based off of what he did and what he showed, and the 49ers paid him. That's not my problem. But let me get back to these 5 interceptions.
Here we go.
Allen Iverson said it best. Practice? We talking about practice? We talking about 5 interceptions in practice. Are these going on his stat sheet for his career? We talking about practice, and we want to sit here and talk about Jimmy G. Do we track the amount of touchdowns guys throw in practice? Because they have a red zone period, they have 3rd down blitz, they have team period, goal line, all these. We don't ever come back on these shows and say, you know what? Jimmy Garoppolo threw 8 touchdowns in practice today. No, because it's practice. I don't care about that.
But 5 in a row, that's not unusual to you?
It is unusual, but practice is used for that. To get better, to make all your mistakes. I don't care how many mistakes. Make them all in practice. Don't make it in the game. Let's see if he transfers that performance over to the field of play.
But I always thought football was about practice, more so because you don't play as many games. So football, how do you earn your way on the field, Greg, in football? Isn't it in practice?
It is in practice, but you better for darn sure make some plays in the game.
I get it, but that's how you get there.
Yeah,
right?
But how you stay in this league. How you stay in this league is what you do on Sunday.
What was the knock on Tim Tebow? Oh, he's a bad practice player, which translated to a bad regular season player.
Rob, you're way off here. I have notes for every segment, okay? This is what I have for Jimmy G.
Is that
no concern whatsoever.
No, that's just because you didn't do any prep.
No, I'm about to give you all the goods. First of all, I love the 49ers this year. We talked with Reggie Bush in the commercial. He likes them as well. Jimmy Garoppolo just keeps getting hurt. That's his only problem. I'm not worried about practice, nor should you.
You bashed Aaron Rodgers for getting hurt, but Jimmy Garoppolo's
I mean, the last 6 years, Aaron Rodgers has been missed 16 games.
No, he hasn't the last 6 years.
So here's my issue with the 49ers right now. They went out and they got running backs. They got like 5 running backs, Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida, all these guys. They got like 4 receivers who are good. I just worry about the cohesiveness if Jimmy G can't stay on the field. The interceptions, as Greg said, don't worry about it. He's not overhyped as long as he can play. If Bill Belichick anoints you the next guy, I mean, it's Bill Belichick.
He's been wrong before. Do you remember?
What has he been wrong about?
He was in Cleveland. You want to go back and look at Bill
25 years we're going back on Belichick?
Was he wrong or was he right on everything he does? Come on, man, with the Jimmy G. I got it.
Jimmy G is not overhyped. Have we seen enough of him? Possibly not. But what we have seen has been very special. What we've seen with him in that helmet, in that uniform, he has proven that he can win when he's starting, when he's under him. That's why he got paid that money.
I saw some
That's why
bad
they're
games
high
in
on
San
him.
Francisco before he got hurt.
Wait, you mean the last 5 games that he won when he took over?
Against who?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like
It doesn't matter because this is what we do. You did this with Baker Mayfield. Hashtag inconsistent ride. When Baker Mayfield, you had to make sure you isolated the schedule to see, okay, let's look at the teams over 500.
Oh, got him.
Let's look at the teams over 500. But he took care of the teams that he needed to. That's what we are asking quarterbacks to do. You got to win the games that you're supposed to win. That's all a sport. Win the games you're supposed to win.
But it also,
you did this with LeBron James as well. When he lost to the Atlanta Hawks, when he lost to all these teams, you said, but he lost to the Hawks. How did he lose to the Hawks? It doesn't matter. You're supposed to win the games you're supposed to win that are laid out for you. And that's what Jimmy Garoppolo has done.
But also to go to the next level, you got to be able to beat some good teams. So the jury's out for me on Jimmy Garoppolo.
On his health or his talent?
No, on his talent. I haven't seen enough. I just haven't. He might be a flash in the pan. We've had guys like that around.
Well, I'll tell you what, don't go to yesterday's practice or don't watch yesterday's practice film because you think that that's the barometer of everything. 5 interceptions in practice.
I do want to say, hey, let's just say you were, at practice one day and your quarterback throws 5 straight picks. The reaction from the receivers is?
Like, come on, man, what are you doing? Absolutely.
You might say, get open, Greg.
So you're saying
it's not always like, so, and we know this. Quarterbacks, they take the stat and it goes on their stat. We don't see what the receiver's done, if it was a tipped ball, if it was a dropped interception that created an interception. It's not always on the quarterback. I wasn't at practice yesterday, and even if I was, I know what he can provide. Has he thrown 5 interceptions in the game? Is he been proven that he's going to throw interceptions?
They're going to make the playoffs, yes or no?
Yes.
I'm gonna.
You hesitated.
I'm going to hesitate. I'm going to hesitate because I need to see more out of them as a team.
Playoffs.
I know if he's there, they have a chance.
More than a chance.
They got a tough division, though.
Speaking of playoffs, gentlemen, does Sam Darnold, oh, yeah, here we go, baby. Does Sam Darnold really have the tools to be an all-time great? You know what I think. What do these guys think?
Practice?
Practice. We're talking about practice.